Yes, lads, and welcome back to the channel. Manchester United live match reaction. And boys, where do I start? So, before I get into today's video, if you guys do go on to enjoy, go down below and smash that thumbs up and do subscribe if you guys are new. The support on the channel lately has been absolutely crazy and I cannot thank you boys enough. You're all legends. Secondly, before I get into my thoughts on the game that has just transpired, normally I do the live match reactions where obviously I film my reaction and then obviously I just edit it all up and show you guys me watching the game. Unfortunately, I was out in Pompey with some of the lads today and the trains and the buses got delayed, so I had to watch the game on my phone, and by the time I got home it was already like 1-1, so I was like, you know what, we're just going to watch the game and I'll give you my thoughts after the game. So that is exactly what this is. So Manchester United 2, Nottingham Forest 3, inside Old Trafford, 2 defeats in a row for Ruben Amorim, and is a 3-2 a fair reflection of the game that has just happened? I don't know. So, opening half, obviously, Forest burst out the gates with a fantastically worked corner. People are moaning at LIGT. I think Dalot probably doesn't paint himself in too much glory either when he goes to push forward for the ball, leaving the ball too high over him, and he cannot block the ball from coming into LIGT in the first place. They come off with a flying start, but then pretty much for the next half an hour, 40 minutes, offer absolutely nothing. They got the early goal, and then it was all Manchester United. There's a couple pop shots here or there, but Forest didn't really offer anything. It was actually pretty easy for United to contain the Forest threat. Obviously, later on, Garnacho has a shot saved, only to be parried into Højlund, makes it all square. Forest go and hit the post. BRUNO Fernandes hits the bar as well with a beautifully struck free kick, very reminiscent to the Aston Villa free kick he also hit the bar with a couple months back. We come out in the second half and 2 calamitous Onana mistakes occur. The first one, I don't understand what's happened. I thought when I was first watching it, it must have took a deflection or a slight little bounce off the floor or something, but it's just gone straight for Onana. I trying to defend him, maybe the ball swerves a little bit, it like catches him out, but I can't see where it's done that. I think that was just poor from Onana. And then obviously the header from Chris Wood, I don't know what's going on. Like, Leach's at the back stick and Onana's leaving it for Leacher, but I don't even know. It was just calamities everywhere. Obviously, Bruno pegs one back with a beautifully struck strike. Obviously, not enough, unfortunately, because we didn't come away with the win. But listen, we move on. We've got City next in the Prem at the Etihad with a massive quarter-final coming up. I don't understand, because games like today is nothing to do with Ruben. Like, you could argue, yeah, maybe in certain situations you should deal with stuff better, different styles of play, different moments and patterns should be adapted to. But when your goalkeeper has a game like that, you can't blame the gaffer. It's like in Ten Hag's final game at West Ham, we battered them. The strikers and the team just could not get the ball in the back of the net. That's not the gaffer. And it's the same with Ruben here today. You can't blame Ruben's style or his tactics for the result. The only thing that does worry me, if you look at the starting 11 Manchester United put out today, you could make an argument for maybe Mazraoui coming in for a mad at right wing back. But I genuinely believe that is pretty much our strongest starting 11, especially in terms of players who are consistently available. You could argue maybe Luke Shaw comes in instead of Dalot at left wing back, but consistently available, Luke Shaw's not a consistent and viable option. I just think that is probably our strongest 11. And don't get me wrong, Nottingham Forest are a fantastic team. They've beaten Liverpool this season, been in a fantastic run in terms of battling in the European places this year. It's no shame in losing the Forest. But we already started so far behind that this season. We need to catch up. We need to start getting points. And obviously, with results today, if we can go and beat City next week, we're closing the gap massively. But that does require us going to the Etihad to beat Manchester City. And even the form they're on, it's Derby Day. Anything can happen. Form gets completely thrown out the window and it's going to be an absolute mental one. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and say Forest didn't deserve the win today. I don't think they played anything special. I do think Man United were the bit bigger and better team on the day. I just think Forest in those midfield battles, those 50-50 challenges, probably got the over edge on us there. I think Forest were kicking us for shit in that first half, by the way, but swiftly moving on from that. I think man of the match for United, Mazraoui is just brilliant. Ahmad's looked dangerous in sections. Onana was appalling. I'm going to be honest. Lenny Yoro getting his first start looked decent. Nothing special. It's a journey. It's a massive process. And we just need the United fans to get behind Ruben and back him. Because if we just keep swapping managers, all of a sudden you lose a game or two, and then all of a sudden the whole world's against you. It's just not going to work. Back the man through the fix and the highs. We will get there, okay? Just do not turn your back. We'll see you boys next time. Next up in the Prem, Manchester Derby. See you next time, boys. Peace.